But did it really?
Yes. We have hit the internets.
Now I just wait to see if it cuts into our feed or if it stays. There it is. Oh yeah, that works.
It's very basic. I didn't know what to do. But
Friggin' doesn't matter to me. Alright, what the fuck is he doing? He better not be playing Rainbow Six.
Payton. There's always like that one player. Like in every group I have, there's always one consistent late person.
Better, I'll be honest, I'd rather him be late than not show up.
Okay, sorry, I'm here.
Speaking of. Because me and Payton are in a different group where we constantly can't play because it's a party of 3. And it's usually only 2 people showing up.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I love when Bran just doesn't feel like playing, so we don't get to play. I mean, it has work.
All right. So I suppose we should start because it's been a minute.
Yeah.
A couple.
You don't sound so excited, Mr. I missed the last session.
I'm
Tell us, Payton,
joking.
what did we do?
So obviously we all started worshiping Artoria as the goddess that she.
Well, a lot of the party is worshiping her in a very particular way.
I don't.
There's
like
even brochures.
What did Snap do? I am not excited for this.
What happens when you miss a session?
The princess now has an entirely different view of Artoria.
That's fucked. She's like 12.
She's not the only one. Though they don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, your party got a new furbog.
Ooh.
They're gigantic.
Snap is
Warlords.
kind of like, what the fuck is this?
So
Prudence wants to scale
And-
him like a tree and sit on his shoulders.
Yeah, Snap would rather shank him than scale him.
Well, Snap would rather shank everybody.
Not true.
Fair. Liar.
Not lying.
inside check. Let me get out my good dice. So you did some shopping. You did some gem hunting. You powdered some gems. You bought some powdered gems. You met a wonderful kobold named Skemp that your cleric friend is now in love with and wishes to take with her at all times. Do we have the cleric here?
Supposedly.
We have the cleric muted.
Kind
The cleric muted. Okay, cleric's here. And you all got a potential job on your weird calling card, trading card, cell phone, hunter's card, hunter's identifications.
Wait, what?
Yeah, our Pokemon cards started buzzing.
Right.
And saying, hey,
Huh.
hey, go kill the
Hey,
thing over
listen.
here.
Listen,
Hey,
Listen.
listen.
I like that we're all gamers of the same generation and
I
all into the
literally-
same thing.
Yeah.
I literally beat Breath of the Wild today, and it was one of the
No.
greatest experiences of my adult life.
I love Breath of the Wild.
Such a good
so
game.
much.
I need to play it.
Oh my god.
Yes, you
I've
do.
played the shit out of it. I just need to go and buy a Switch.
I beat it by accident.
How?
Like, cause like
Fucking
I
insane.
am the type of person that loves to do all the side quests and learn all the lore and see all the things. So like I was like just like mad overpowered by the end. But I'm running through the castle and I'm like I'm gonna see what's in here, and then whoops, scanning.
That's
And
exactly what I
then I
did.
was like, I'll just keep going.
I don't understand how you can accidentally fuck up like that.
When you play the game, you'll understand. Cause like people like literally go from the beginning to Ganon. Cause you can.
Yep.
Speedrun Central. Okay. But you were all gathering just outside the city and preparing to make your way towards Whitefall. Y'all is not the ruler here.
Onwards to adventure. Things to kill.
Christ, I don't want to watch that video you just linked.
Under half an hour. How?
Get rid again. I'm gonna beat you to death with a stick.
The fast kill strats in that game must be fucking loopy. So, I believe you guys did not purchase horses or anything. You were just going by foot.
I thought we had horses already.
Horses.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, I thought we had like
I
horses in a
remember
cart.
two horses in a cart.
3 horses in a cart. Snap had his own horse.
3 men and a baby.
I'll believe that.
When we. Because that's what we were traveling with at the very beginning.
Did you take that through the forest?
I think we ditched the cart but kept the horses?
You might have ditched the cart because you couldn't get it through the forest.
Right.
I'm trying to remember what you guys had from months ago.
Yeah.
Whew. Best of luck.
Because the last thing I really remember with the horses is like we went like right up to the king with the horses. Because Snap was like hiding on one.
Yeah, I was hiding on the underbelly of one, blending in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but that was back before you went to the forest.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you guys ditched your horse and carts.
I don't remember.
Fuck it,
It's
Snap
entirely
has a
possible.
money.
Because
I
I know
will
you
allow
came.
DM fiat for this just to move it along.
I know
Yeah.
you came back from Evandar via carriages that were provided for you.
What kind of mounts
Don't
do we
think
have in Demlodar?
There
On
are
my
horses, not a lot. In fact, none. Now that I remember.
What else we got for mounts?
Why is it so dim there? Can't they lighten it up?
They try. It's under a mountain, though.
We'll try harder.
Because then it would be bright Lodar.
I will throw you down the giant bridge that
No,
separates
light
the
Lodar.
city.
It's been 10 minutes.
Also-
It's already started.
Do we have to take more damage?
Where's my goddamn D4? Y'all take
Gotta
3
start
points
off
of
strong.
psychic damage. Isoba has an advantage on his next roll.
Didn't he have that
Oh.
already from the last session?
Yeah.
So I get no extra benefit for that, just
No, you
More
just
pain?
cost everyone to take damage.
How much was it this time?
3.
Wait, we actually fucking took damage? What happened?
Yeah, we
Yes,
Yeah.
we're taking damage. We've instituted the pun rule.
Oh my god, you're a fucking monster, Zach.
I am a monster.
You know this group.
I know.
This is unfair.
I can't wait for you to accidentally kill yourselves.
Oh my god.
Post-combat, everyone's just panting and bleeding. Someone
That's how we
says
die.
something
That's how we die.
stupid, dies.
I think the only like correct solution from there is to say puns until everybody's dead, because like it has already started.
You know where I bet it's going to happen? If we ever go to Wave Meet, because I'm already compiling a list of just ripe puns for just that town.
You walk through the gate and everyone but Isoba just drops.
Gotta keep them away from the commoners. They only have like 4 hit points.
Yeah, really. It's a radius.
Anyone who can hear him speak.
Anyone within
Oh,
30
that's
feet.
powerful. No, that's
Isoba
powerful.
walks into a bar and kills everyone.
That'd be
No,
so
I'm
fun.
sorry. You just gave us a superpower.
No, that's not how this works. It only hurts your friends.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so in other words, what you're saying is we need to do like charm person and friends on everybody in the tavern.
It only works on PCs.
Oh my god.
Well, good thing we're not Max.
How much damage?
What? Who made a
2 more. Everyone but Snap. This is how this party dies. Via a dumb rule I didn't think was going to be a problem.
Of course it's going to be a problem.
Also,
You made
Isoba,
a rule.
How did you
Isoba,
not see this coming?
You lose your advantage. It goes to Snap. Let the infighting begin.
Oh, snap.
Oh, no.
Let the infighting begin.
Anyhow, we're going to Whitefall, yes?
Yes. Dear God.
No, that doesn't work out so well. I was going to say we're taking the Furbolg to Whitefall, but no. It works better with we're taking the Furbolg to Dimlodar.
So you set off onto the open road. You've got a
Taking the
day and a
Furbolg
half.
from Dimladar.
Yeah, there we go. That works.
Y'all have a day and a half of travel. God, this episode has been 5 minutes long and it feels like 3 hours.
Can you tell we're happy to be playing again?
Yes. There's just gonna be a giant red mark on the side of my face. What happened to you? Did you get in a fight? Nope. I have a D&D group I DM for.
Well, you don't need to beat yourself up over it.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
Okay, my internet's back. That was fucking weird.
Welcome back.
It's because you're trying to play Steam at the same time, you douche.
That is never once been an issue for me.
And now he admits that he constantly plays video games instead of paying attention.
I mean, he just
You
needs to go
don't?
off-
I only ever play idle games, though, mind you. For
Except for
that
the one
reason.
time I caught you on Rainbow Six.
I totally believe I've done that once.
Yeah,
But it
and
was
I
probably
thinking,
because I was
like,
trying to finish a game.
Payton,
Mhm.
Payton, all of a sudden you just fuck! What? So you begin the day and a half journey south towards Whitefall in the horrible forest of no return.
I'm going to do my obligatory stealth.
Sure, roll. You have advantage.
It's already at advantage.
You had advantage from your puns. Your vile, murderous puns. Alright.
Oh, Payton, because you weren't here
Hmm?
last week, Prudence has 2 robot arms now, so she's 4-armed.
Oh fuck. Okay.
That's a difference that she'd notice.
That is terrifying, but awesome.
Yeah,
And I
Watch
don't
out, she's
understand
armed.
what was the joke? She's a knockoff Machamp.
2 more points of damage, you have your advantage back, Isoba.
You're goddamn right.
I have already lost a chunk of fucking hit points from this. I'm not okay.
Am I taking this damage, or is everyone
No!
but me taking this damage? Okay, I need to
person
give
who
myself back 6 more hit points.
The person who makes the pun isn't taking damage, they just hurt everyone around them. Please stop, you're killing our family.
Yeah, you're killing us. Please stop.
You're driving a wedge through this party.
Anyway, moving along.
So you begin walking, and there is a few other travelers on the road with you, but mostly going northward. You're passing them as you're walking. And it's a pretty decent travel as far as things you've done are concerned. It goes right alongside the long and winding river that marks its way down the mountains.
Any fun and interesting plants along the way?
Roll a nature check.
Hell yeah, something I am absolutely awesome at. $23.
Okay. You do see some more of that that odd red plant that you've picked up earlier in your travels. The blood auger.
Oh yeah, the auger lilies. Yeah. Definitely want to collect those, root ball and all.
Roll a survival check.
Let me get to the correct part. Survival.
Okay. You managed to get the roots that are the more medicinal part of it, as well as the petals, which are the more toxic part of the plant.
I thought it was the other way around.
What was it?
I think so.
Mm,
Yeah, the root for poisons. I
Right.
actually have that written down.
Other way around. Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
How
How many
dare
gold
you
pieces
forget.
worth would you say?
About 20 gold pieces worth of each.
And I'm just going to make note of 20 GP worth for the leaves. How are my other 2 of those looking? Because I now
Of what?
have auger lily plants.
Oh, they're still growing. It's not a very rapidly growing plant, as you're finding out.
But they look healthy.
They look healthy.
Cool. Because I have 4 of those now.
Okay. So you walk until you are starting to cross into the threshold of night. You can continue on to get a little more distance and probably be there in the morning, or you can make camp and get there by about midday.
This doesn't seem like a dangerous area. Or as dangerous as everywhere else we've been. Hello?
Out of character, furboys don't have dark vision, correct?
Nope.
Alright. Come back to me from my character voice.
You left it in the drawer on the top shelf.
So are we
So is
camping, or are we forging ahead?
I mean, if this is a safe place,
Yes, it is starting to become a bit hard to see.
Yes,
I
I
can see
would feel
fine.
more comfortable camping.
did we lose our DM?
No.
Is this area safe or appear to be safe?
Make a perception check.
With advantage from wind assisting, please and thanks.
Yep.
21.
Yeah, it's a main road. Doesn't. And you've seen some traffic going along it, so it's not
Ooh,
unsafe.
how many groups of people?
Maybe 3 carts passed you by during that time.
Okay.
All seem to be in a bit of a hurry.
As they're passing by in the hurry, invisible mage hand. You know the deal.
Yep.
For all 3.
Okay. I don't make your olds. You can stuff it in the back of their cart. They'll
So,
find it.
in a hurry away from the direction we're going?
Yes. More in a hurry to get to Demladar. 2 of them seem to be transporting food. 1 of them seemed to be transporting raw ingots.
Ooh, raw ingots of what?
You couldn't see. They were mostly covered, but you heard the metal.
Was what is the owl's name? Win or Wind?
Wind.
Wind. Was Wind visible to Russell at all?
Considering that Snap keeps him tucked up in like the neck of his cloak with like underneath the hood whenever he has it pulled up, probably not, unless if you're paying attention.
Okay.
Because Snap keeps stealth pretty much all the time.
Oh, that's right.
But you're about as safe as you could be on the side of a main road. And you can see that there are spots where other people have made camps before. Little grassless patches of, with, the stone circular rings where fires have been made over and over again.
Cool. Let's bunker down for the night.
I'll set up your tents, get a small fire going with the scattered trees that are around in the area.
Of which Snap will post up in one.
Keeping watch or just sleeping straight through?
I mean, watch seems like a good idea regardless.
Are there any animals nearby?
Roll a perception check. Just a few small rodents, a couple birds.
Okay.
All right, then who is taking first watch?
Prudence can.
Isoba is always awake.
It's very creepy.
That's right, Isoba was our designated watchman because of that.
He's not good at perception, but he's at least always awake.
He's helping.
All right,
Oh.
Prudence, roll a perception check with. Just roll a straight perception check, because dark.
Yes, sir. Perception. Roll, please. It's not rolling.
refresh the page.
I'll do that, but I'll also roll analog. Hold on. Oh, not good.
Oh, there we go. It popped up.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
19.
good. Way better than what I rolled.
As the sun goes down and then the sky turns into dark and stars, you sit around for a couple hours, staring out into the distance, hearing the rush of the very cold water beside you. You don't see anything out of place for your watch.
Okay.
Who's taking next?
Russell will.
Perception check from you with 8 of Isoba.
16.
Um,
Oh wait, you said perception?
Yeah.
+7.
as you're staring out, you don't really see much of anything. It's a fairly dark night. The moon is starting to wane. So you're having trouble seeing much of anything, but you can certainly hear everything around you, and you don't hear anything particularly out of the ordinary. Another few hours go by, and nothing happens on your watch.
Could I take some time during that to pray to my deity?
Sure. Who is taking the last watch?
Artoria will.
Roll a perception check.
Is Roll20 being weird for anyone else, or is it just me?
A little bit.
A little laggy.
It's like
The
not
roll 20 is
loading.
more unstable than it's like ever been right now.
It's not loading
Yep.
at all for me on this.
The
computer.
spells tab of my character sheet doesn't exist right now, which is fun. My bio is only half there. The core page is normal.
Let me try to load in again.
Luckily, most of you have manual dice, so
Yeah.
Aha.
Payton goes,
I have
oh.
a single D6 just sitting on my desk. Actually, no, fuck, where'd it go?
That's a problem that you're gonna have to fucking solve.
There it is. Oh, I know I have 2. Wait, where'd the other one come
So you can cast the 4th of a fireball.
I'll just roll D18s or D24s instead.
Payton, or Attoria, as you're sitting awake and staring out into the darkness, you hear something weird. You turn and you look at the fire. And it starts to turn this really deep red color.
That's concerning.
And all of a sudden, there's like this little, in the flames, almost this point of blue amongst it.
That's weird. She'll Artoria will just kind of like pick up her shield, put it between her and the fire, and just slowly get closer to it to try and see what's going on.
As you draw closer, the blue spot moves around and then focuses on you. An arm reaches out of the fire and grabs one of the stones nearby and starts to pull. And another arm comes out and just starts to pull, and you see a head come out of the fire.
Okay. Like of a
And
person.
a person just starts to crawl out of your campfire. Fuck. Ow. Fuck. Fuck. Not a fun way to travel. Not a fun way to travel. Shit. Shit. And he starts to pat out a part of his dark brown overcoat that is caught
You
fire.
fucker. All right. Artoria will kind of draw her sword and point it in the person's direction. Like, who are you, and why did you just crawl out of our fire?
Does his exclamations wake anybody?
Yes.
And Artoria will clang her sword against her shield as she's saying this, as like a try and like wake anybody up.
I'm already awake.
Well,
Do
you're
I see
already
this
awake.
person?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
A person just crawled out of your campfire, Isoba.
I will also prepare for battle.
Zach, this man doesn't happen to be a tiefling, is he?
He is, in fact, a
Damn it.
bright red-skinned tiefling.
You fucker.
Gunfire.
Snaps has his
Temperance
crossbow
comes-
drawn and
Temperance.
aimed at him.
Prudence comes like fumbling awake, and she's at least wearing pants currently, but she's not good at being like woken up suddenly. That has her boomerang, and it's just like, huh, what?
You watch the figure stand up, and they go really rigid in the spinal area with their arms out. Listen, I don't want to fight you. Just, I need to speak with all of you, and I keep getting pulled away, and I really just, there's something that needs to be said, and I need to say it before I get pulled away again. Please, please. Atari, as you look at this person, you notice that one of their eyes is not right. It's not an eyeball. It looks like a rock. Like a very clear blue stone, like a sapphire.
Strange. Artoria will just kind of keep her sword raised and pointed in a general direction. Just like, well, if you have something to say, say it. And just like inch the sword a little closer. Like, what if you say some bad shit? You losing your head.
There is something going on that is not right. Something is wrong with the world.
We know that already.
No, you don't. You think you know. Everyone thinks they know. They don't know. They haven't seen it. They haven't
Why were you
seen it.
Why do you know?
Because I've seen it. I've been there, and it came back. Well, not it. Something like it. Not it. And you watch him clasp his hand. Artoria, make a perception check.
Oh boy. Perception, you said, right?
Yep.
Alright.
You watch him clasp his hands together. You swear something moved on his palm. There's something happening. And it is not the abyss. That shouldn't be happening. They couldn't have gotten here. They shouldn't have gotten here. They needed something else. Something is moving. And no one knows but those who have seen it. Or parts of it, or newborn parts of it. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to
Slow down,
say it.
calm down, just
I
collect
can't
your words.
calm. I need to go. Soon it's going to pull, it's going to call, and their child is begging me to go and But no, you
What?
you all are different. You're not like the rest. There's something pulling you towards it, and it is not happy about it. They don't like when the other forces push against them. They don't like others fighting their madness.
You keep saying it, they. What?
You can't. I can't tell you. And you watch as he grabs his forehead, and you watch as a small slit on his forehead opens, and there's an eye on his forehead.
Oh. Concerning.
I want to poke it.
Fuck.
She doesn't.
Do
She
you
wants
do
to.
you think that, Artoria,
Yes.
Prudence?
Yes.
Don't poke it. Last person that poked it lost 5 fingers. 2 on one hand and 3 on the other. It's not happy when you poke it.
I've got metal hands. I could just fix it.
Artoria would take like a half step back at that.
Can Rosalind examine it?
He's trying to cover it, and the more he's speaking, the more he's twitching and moving in these very jerky motions.
Is that it? And she'll gesture the sword towards the eye.
No, yes and no and yes and maybe all answers and no answers. It is something and it is nothing and it is everything. And they are coming. And they're angry. And they want everything to be nothing.
How long?
We don't know. It. And he opens his hand and there's another eyeball on his hand. We don't know. Because they don't work in time. They are everything and they are nothing and they are all and not. They are meat and flesh and bone and existence and nothingness.
Then what the hell is this warning supposed to do for us?
It is to know their agents. Its agents, their agents, all of what they are, they send. And they watch, and they are watching all of you. You are all marked because you pose a threat of a new banishment to their insanity.
Well, insanity definitely seems right here.
And you watch his hand almost force itself nearly off his body as it pulls towards you, Artoria, and turns and looks at him.
Releasing a bolt.
All right, roll for attack.
Up in a tree hidden. Advantage.
No.
I didn't realize
Sorry.
I had sneak attack enabled.
You watch as the bolt impacts the side of this person and shatters. And you watch as the glow of arcane wraps around them. Be careful, please. I have to go. And you watch the coat that wraps this person up just start to whip around them and encase their entire body and just shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink until it's gone.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah, I think that one's going to leave me with nightmares for the next couple of nights.
Something falls onto the ground where he was standing.
Ooh. What is it?
You pick it up.
I get close without touching it. Like, I will crouch down onto the ground, look at it.
It is an eyeball. And it turns and it looks at you.
It's unsettling.
Probably put that down. It might be infectious.
I ain't touching that. No
Snap's gonna-
way.
Yep, Snap's going to speak in Elven. Stab it with one of the essence needles.
Isoba, what did Snap say?
Hold on, sorry, my roommate just knocked on my door. What's going on?
Snap told
I relay
Snap-
whatever he said. What did you say?
stab it, the eyeball with one of the essence needles.
Ooh.
Prudence, essence needle.
Got
This
it.
thing.
On it.
I feel like we're going to piss something off by doing this, but I'm also curious.
Prudence, as you go to
Man.
stab it, it rolls to the side. Try to stab it again, it rolls to the side again.
It's not dead.
And it
Well, make
rolls-
it dead!
it rolls onto the needle and starts to roll up your arm.
No.
And as
no.
it gets to about the elbow, it also vanishes.
She just is very quiet for a second.
Artoria raises her sword slightly in your direction.
She's tempted to let you do it, but she doesn't know where it went. She's just like, is it somewhere?
Artoria will circle her and look for the eye.
She starts will literally start pulling
Artoria,
clothes
as you
off.
lift your sword towards Prudence, the eye is at the end of your sword.
I fucking launch the sword at the nearest tree or something.
Yeet!
As soon as you watch and you throw it, and the eyeball is still at the end of your sword while you throw it, and then it is gone.
Fuck. God, I thought he was just being cryptic. It's literally whatever it is actually watching us with an actual eye. This is awful.
Does anyone of you have any idea what it could be?
Isoba,
Could
you
I
feel
make
something
some
in your
sort
hand.
of- I look at my hand.
There's an eyeball in your hand.
You should have just squeezed.
Is it am I holding it or is it in my hand?
It's just kind of on your skin. Imagine it's very sticky and it's just kind of stuck on your hand.
Ugh.
Can I make some sort of check to see if I can discern what this might be?
Roll a Arcana check.
Also, Zach, that was 10 out of 10, perfectly
I
right there.
still have pun advantage, right?
You have pun advantage. Never rolled. You have no fucking clue. There's an eyeball on your hand and it's sticky.
I try not to freak out.
Roll a Constitution check. You don't freak out.
Snap is going to try to William tell this shit.
It vanishes.
Great. So Snap raises his crossbow towards it and it just disappears.
You didn't even have a chance. As soon as Isoba looked down at it, it just disappeared.
I think
Russell
it's
would like to
having
look
fun.
around at everybody to see if it pops up again.
Roll a wisdom check. Straight wisdom.
So for straight wisdom, do I add the +4 from wisdom?
Yes.
Okay. That's not a d20. That is. I got 18 +4.
Russet, as you look over your friends, you look towards them, and your vision focuses behind them and up. And in the empty night sky, what you thought were stars are hundreds of eyes.
Oh no.
And then they close and they vanish, and now they're just stars again.
Am I the only one that noticed?
Yup.
Woohoo! I'm gonna shoot a silent prayer to my deity, asking for any insight on whatever the fuck that was.
Prudence is just kind of like rubbing her arms and like just like down her chest, just like oh god, it's not like it's like she could practically feel it under her skin, like she knows it's not really there, hopefully, but it's like oh god,
Just
eyeballs.
goosebumps.
Artoria, you notice that the fire in that the person crawled out of is still very red.
I retrieve my sword and I poke the fire.
You poke the fire and you pull something out of it,
Oh.
and the tip of your sword is on fire. But the fire isn't burning your sword. It's on
That-
your sword.
That's odd. And not how fire usually works.
And you lower it towards the ground, and there's another eye.
Oh, goddamn.
And you lower it further, and the eye starts to burn and sizzle. And it starts to panic looking around. All of you, it starts to look manically. It opens. There's teeth as the pupil opens. It screeches in pain and fizzles and dies.
Artoria sends a quick and silent prayer to her goddess, assuming that she did something like, or even if not, just like a thank you.
And the fire on your sword vanishes, along with the eye that you just burned. And the flame goes back to its normal oranges and yellows.
Well, I'm not sleeping tonight.
Hmm. Yeah, a good thing I planned to just be awake from now on.
Yes, good thing I never sleep.
Oh, you never have to deal with nightmares. Lucky you, huh?
They were already numerous.
Uh. We're gonna talk about what the hell that was.
No.
Agreed. Okay. Let's just make sure no more of them appear. If anybody notices the campfire suddenly turns a deep red, put a pot over it.
Noted. Are there what are the wildlife up to right now?
You don't see any.
Oh, Rustlin really doesn't like that. Now Rustlin is officially like 10 of 10 scale heebie-jeebies.
So, which one of you pissed off the old gods, or whatever?
From what he said, all of us, maybe? Said a whole lot of how we were different and it didn't like that, I think.
Why? 'Cause we were nice enough to try to move some snake people to a place where they could live happy by themselves? I think that's the only
I
weird thing we
guess.
did.
I mean, we're like the only ones that have successfully made it from the north, but
I mean, that
like
wasn't
that we didn't do anything special up
hard.
there.
We just
Yeah.
kind of walked. I haven't
I
been
guess
this anxious in years.
this is
Artoria
just
and
a very
Prudence, roll a
sensitive
perception check.
god. Ooh.
And now we wait for Steve Prudence's roll 20 doesn't explode on them again.
Was I supposed to do something? Where did
Yes, roll a perception check.
let's see if it works this time. It did. It took 9 years to load, but now that it's loaded.
Ta-da.
Okay. Carry on.
Okay.
I'm going to use my light cantrip.
Okay.
If it's all the same with everyone, I think we should put out the fire and use other forms of light.
Prudence is gonna just go get some of the stuff she was working on, like her bag of holding, and just start like pulling out shit to work on, cause like she's way too wired right now to like fall back to sleep.
What's everyone's passive perception?
12 here.
12.
18.
13.
17.
Orson and Snap, you notice you haven't heard the sound of the river in a while.
Oh no. Rustin's gonna put no animals and no water sound together and finally speak up to the group.
How far away is the river from our current camp position?
It's across the main road from where you're sitting.
All right. I'm going to have Wind take flight, look for the river.
Okay.
Stealthily,
You
quietly.
flap your way over in the sight of your owl, and right near your camp, the river's frozen completely.
Like
But the
ice
temperature
frozen?
is normal.
Temperature feels normal.
And
So
to
it feels like it's a night close to summer.
now,
but
when you
the-
say frozen, are you talking ice or as in motionless?
Ice.
Snap is going to make a very disgruntled sound and bring Wind back. The rivers are ice.
Isoba?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you want me to do?
Stop saying.
Snap
I don't
speaks
realize
Elven.
that there's
Joking. I know. I'm just...
They don't realize that the Isoba's not the only translator. But the rivers are ice. And Snap is actually going to make the sound of ice breaking.
What do you mean? The rivers are ice.
Go look for yourself.
No, hold on.
I'll be back, sorry.
I don't know if any of you have picked up on it, but there's no sound. Where are the animals that were here earlier? Why is the river frozen? I don't think we should just rush in. Maybe prepare ourselves for a battle first.
I am happy in my tree. I am as prepared as I need to be.
Well, if no one else seems like they're gonna go check out the river, Prudence is gonna strap on her arms and her boomerang and just start heading in that direction.
It's close enough.
Ruslan's always in armor, so he'll be short behind.
It's not a long jaunt from where you decided to camp, maybe 100 feet or so. But as you approach, you can see the wide river, and sitting on top of it, freezing it to either side of the bank, is maybe 2 or 3 inches thick of solid ice.
Prudence has dark vision. Can like how far down the river can she see, and is that all ice, or is it just like a section near where they are?
She turns her head, and just at the edge of her dark vision on either side, she can see where the ice ends and water begins.
This is a pretty wide river, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's just this area, not like the entirety of the river.
And it's cold standing next to it. You immediately feel like you've been dropped into the Arctic. The air is so cold. Like there's an absence of temperature.
Can I roll like an Arcana or a History, to see like not so much if this has happened for, but if there were like this is a sign of something, you know what I mean?
Arcana check. You don't know.
Are there like so is it like river, a little bit road, and like forest?
River, road, plains. There's not forest around here. It's just a scattering of trees, but mostly flat plain.
Are there any trees close to the river? Without being
There's
too close?
there's one you can see maybe 20 feet behind you. And then there's one on the opposite side of the river that you can just barely make out. Roll a perception check.
Oh no. That one's a 4 plus 7, so 11.
You can just barely make it out in the darkness as you're squinting, with your light spell going. There is a tree, but it looks like it's dead. All the leaves have fallen off of it all at once. The branches have withered and frozen.
Okay. Ruslan is going to quietly gesture to Prudence and be like, Is there any way you can follow back with me for a moment to this tree? And I'm going to gesture to the one that was 20 feet behind us.
Okay.
All right. When we get to the tree, I want to use my speech of beast and leaf. Can I ask what the status of the plant life is?
Let me look
Like, it
something
doesn't
up.
know what happened.
Don't know if the things can talk back to you. I don't think they can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't. They can't speak back unless you have something like speak with plants. Yeah, they can't speak back to you.
Is it just that one tree that looks dead and messed up?
Roll a nature check. You look at the tree in front of you, reach forward, and you touch the bark of this one. It heals away on its own. You move some more bark, and you almost grab and pull. The tree's hollow inside. Just below the bark, there's nothing. Totally empty.
Huh.
Can I try to determine how long it's been rotting?
Like, does it look like rot, or does it just look...
It just looks like nothing was ever there,
in just this one tree?
as far as you could see.
Well, I am thoroughly disturbed. How about you?
Yes, certainly.
I
We may
promise
want to
things
make our way
aren't
back.
normally like this. We're normal people until like 20 minutes ago.
Back
I'm
from Miss Tree.
sure.
Don't let her lie to you like that.
Russell's, you're like trying to hold back a chuckle, knowing how fucked up shit is right now. And gestured that we fully make our way back to the camp.
Prudence will fill them in on the status of the river and the tree. That if that tree had always been there, it's...
Rip Zach.
It just
Oh no.
got... What?
Zach's dead.
Oh no. Yeah, just like the tree looked like it, almost like it never had anything on the inside. It's not even that it was rotted, just that it was hollowed out. See, I mean, I'm not your more nature-inclined type of person, but I'm fairly certain that's not normal.
Yes, it is certainly an oddity, as Well, with most things in this forest, it appears. I personally, I haven't come across anything like this even at the groves I was raised in.
I blame Snap.
Me too.
I blame Isoba.
Zach still poofed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that harrowing experience earned us level 8. What do you guys think?
Being mentally scarred? Yeah. Yeah.
How's everyone else reacting to this situation?
Snap's very seriously considering his choice to have joined this party.
Isoba's just puzzled.
Especially after we've accepted whatever the furball is.
Yeah.
Snap was tempted to shoot the furball and just be like, oops, misfired.
Yeah.
Prudence knows exactly what the furball is. She's like, they're cool. Come on.
Artoria tries not to judge.
Snap is like, this thing stands like almost 2 feet taller than me. Fuck that shit. Anything that tall is evil.
That was fun.
What happened?
Mhm.
Welcome back.
I don't know.
All right,
my-
so at least everyone's internet is going to crash at least once this session.
No, don't say that.
Happened to me. Happened to Zach. We're on a roll.
So I believe I was just getting to the part about what happened to the tree.
Yes.
I don't know where I died.
You were saying that because I had asked if it was hollow, and rotted, and you said it just seemed hollow, like nothing had ever really been there.
Yes.
And,
So as you're pulling away from the tree, confused and more than a little bit concerned, you watch as pieces that you touch start to fall off and flake and crumble. And then more and more and more. And you watch as this entire tree starts to fall into dust and land in a large pile in front of you.
it's
Good job. You
not-
killed the tree.
Like, it's not like. Can she try the essence thing on like the dust that's left? Does it do anything, or is it just like powder?
It's just powder. It's gray, lifeless powder.
Let me slurp up some tree powder.
Mm.
And
mean,
you
She's
look
like
at it
standing
and
there deliberating, cause like there's like the more like sciencey exploratory part of her that wants to take some and like see if like is it just like ash or
you debate as you're looking at this pile of tree, and you blink and there's a tree in front of you.
kind of looks at tree.
Watching them from my tree, am I seeing this? Or
They're staring at a tree. Prudence is like rubbing up against a tree.
Okay, so I'm not seeing it turn to dust.
No.
Did
Rustlin, you swear this tree fell into a pile of dust. And then you blinked for a moment and it was a tree again.
so Prudence is like looking at the tree and then looks up at Rustlin like, did you see that? You saw that, right?
Yes.
Rustlin, you turn and Prudence is gone.
Oh no.
Do I see him?
I don't like that.
And then she's behind you. And you turn and she's gone again. You turn and she's back to where she was.
And from Snap's perspective, they have not moved.
They have not moved.
Does Prudence see just him looking confused, or?
Yes.
Uh,
I need both of you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Damn it,
Because we
Griffin
all
broke the
know
multiverse
Prudence
again.
is good at wisdom.
does wisdom also get the plus modifier, or is it just flat
Well-
20?
Well, your wisdom save.
That's on par.
Wait, I'm confused about the wisdom save though.
Next to your
Do you add-
skills, you'll see saves.
The top of them.
Oh, on top, okay.
So for you, it's a +7.
Oof.
Oh, I should have rolled with the dice.
Uh.
That hurts.
We've been thoroughly disturbed, so.
You, Rustlin, you're in a forest. You're in a forest. There's trees everywhere. They're massive. They're reaching up into a clear blue sky. They're reaching taller than you've ever seen. And you stare upwards, and they're getting closer. And they're getting closer and closer, and they're leaning down into you, and they're starting to grab you with their roots and their branches and their leaves, and they're pressing into your body. They're crushing you into one massive mass of wood and leaf, and you scream, and the trees are gone, and you fall over unconscious.
Oh, I'm a big person to be unconscious in the dark.
Prudence, as you watch your new cleric friend scream out in pain, you reach forward to try to help them, but your arms grab your throat. These things that you built, that you care for, that you love, grab your throat, and they squeeze and they wrench and they twist, and you could feel the bones in your neck starting to break and give, and you grab and try to pull as hard as you can until you fall forward, completely unconscious.
So do we see that part?
You watch, the rest of you watch both of your friends scream in pain and then fall into the dirt.
Ah.
Help.
Yeah, just a look between them before like starting to run over and try and help him.
Nap is going to send Wind over there. And then through Wind use Mage Hand to kind of try to like smack him awake.
I'm just gonna like run over to Prudence and try and like shake her and like pick her up. Or like, if she doesn't wake, like pick her up and start bringing her back.
Yeah, then I'm totally slapping the giant thing.
As expected.
Just grab and you start to pull her out of this area. Make a wisdom saving throw, Artoria.
Oh, Nelly.
You grab and you pull and you watch. Her legs aren't leaving that area. Her feet are, her ankles, her heels are on the ground, and they're not going with her. You're pulling, and her legs are stretching. You're pulling her back to the camp, but you're just stretching her. Her whole body is turning into taffy. You're 10 feet, 15.
Bubblegum tiefling.
You're stretching her. You're scared. Your whole being is scared. Then something happens. Something flutters in front of you, quickly moving fast before landing on your shoulder. And you look and you think what horrible vision you're seeing, what nightmare you're in the middle of. It's a raven. And you look down and you have Prudence in your arms, and she's not stretched, she's whole, she's fine, she's breathing but unconscious. And you drag her all the way back to the camp as the raven flies off.
I make a sigh and just another quiet prayer to my goddess and thanks.
Prudence, as you're placed in the camp, you wake up screaming bloody fucking murder.
She's gonna scream, and she's going to flail, and all four arms are kind of going. Does she come down, or is she just like in a continuous like?
You calm down.
loop?
You wake up like it was a nightmare.
What happened? She kind of like
Artoria
unhooks the
fending off the arms with like her shield or something, just like
bong,
stop,
bong, bong,
stop.
bong. But she will unhook
Are you okay?
the harness that holds her arms on, have them like drop off behind her, and they fall still. She's like, but like she doesn't feel like she's in pain or anything. Like her throat is fine. She's right. She's just.
You reach and you don't feel anything. Artoria, you see 2 bruises around her neck, like someone was strangling her.
Oh, oh, like gingerly, you like reach out a hand. I won't touch him. Like your neck. What happened?
My
And, like,
arms
put,
turned
like-
against me.
Your arms and then she'll realize, right, mechanical. But oh, we didn't see that. But
How could you not see that?
no, something's wrong. I saw your legs start stretching and stretching, and when I was trying to drag you back to camp, but the raven shook me out of it.
My legs feel fine, but my throat hurts.
Your throat doesn't hurt.
It just looks.
There's no pain. You don't even. You press on your neck. You can't even feel a bruise.
Artoria will put like a point of lay on hands to try and like remove the bruise
It
or
fades
bruising.
away.
All right. Just-
Is my slapping having any effect on
The
our
head
new
goes back.
cleric
The head
friend?
goes back and forth, but no.
Can't leave him out there. Just leave him out there like that. I'm going back in.
Stay away from that tree. There's something wrong with that tree.
I can't just leave. How did you pronounce your name again? Rustlin. Okay. I can't just leave Rustlin out there. What if they're still seeing things?
Just avoid the tree.
I will do my best. Is it possible for me to get close enough without getting close to the tree?
They fell in front of the tree.
Damn it. Can I use my rope of climbing to wrap around them?
No, that's not how that item works.
I know.
Are you going to try to get them?
Wait, okay, hold on. Actually, this is totally how this theoretically could work. I tell it to command to move towards an object and tie itself around an object. Eh? Eh?
Unconscious body
I'll
isn't an
throw the
object.
I'll throw the text in chat if you want to.
Throw the text in chat. I will make a decision.
I think it's doable.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Oh no, you monster!
This is to
Minus
fight.
one of those.
This is to force an arcane object to go against forces that you don't understand.
Okay.
As you send the rope towards Ruslan, it starts to crawl towards that area, and it gets to near the tree, and it starts to just slacken. And it continues to try to go towards it, but every time it gets close, it just slackens until it starts to pour into just a pile of rope.
Oh. I'll command it to coil back up.
I have heard the phrase pushing rope, but I didn't think it was that serious.
You have to physically start to wheel it back
Oh.
by hand, as the parts of it that have undone will not move until it is out of that area.
I'll manually start pulling it back and just under my breath, like, it's okay, you tried your best.
Currently, Prudence is checking over her arms, like wanting to see if anything was altered about them.
Make a tinker's check.
Tinker. Roll, please. Oh no, it slowed down.
You look over the arms and you sweep through them, and nothing changed about them. They're exactly how you built them.
Nothing weird with the enchantments. They're
No,
as they were.
they're exactly how you made them.
That makes her feel better. I mean, something was just fucking with her head, but which is not cool, but her arms didn't actually try to kill her as far as she could tell.
Be right back.
Ruslan, I want you to roll another wisdom saving throw, please.
That mage hand is still smacking Ruslan.
11 plus 7.
Okay. Any other plans?
Think.
Artoria's gonna kind of crouch down, like on her knees, like sitting on her legs, like that kind of holding. Take out her.
Wait. Now that Prudence
okay.
feels better about her arms, like she's not putting them back on this yet, but she does have a grappling hook.
Ooh. Wait. All right. Magical item. Magical items. Attempt 2. Let's go.
It's more mechanical.
Fair.
Let me read the thing real quick to see if it has any magically. Let me just throw it in chat. If it will do. the target is smaller, you can make a grapple check to pull it to you.
Hmm.
If it's medium or larger, you could choose to be pulled to it. However, it does not grapple it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Well, if we could like grab it and then like the two of us pull, as opposed to it reeling itself, if we could at least get the grapply part to grapple her.
You could try to use it as a mundane grappling hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like to try to like, because it's not going to draw. What I'm saying is like rather than have it draw, because what it says if it's
Right.
medium or larger, it would pull her to it. But instead of doing that, we just pull her back.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Target
Who's throwing
service
the
or
grapple?
object or creature within. Well, she has 40 feet. Is the one that she has.
Who's throwing the grappling hook?
Unless it's strength, sure as hell ain't me.
It would be strength. This is
Yes.
to lob a large metal object towards a target.
Artoria will just hold out her hand for the grappling hook, like, I got this.
There you go.
And do you want athletics or just flat strength?
Go athletics. Okay. Artoria, what's your armor class?
19. Oh no.
You
like a certain
take
metal
the grappling
projectile
hook.
getting launched back.
You take the grappling hook and throw as hard as you can. Even if you miss and go over her, at least you can reel it back and grapple onto the cleric and pull. You throw, and as it goes near the tree, it stops in the middle of the air and turns. It's almost like it looks at you. You barely have time to duck as it's launched back at you with incredible speed. You dive down to the ground and you hear it slam to the ground, burying itself into the dirt.
So that's not going to work.
All right.
I'm gonna
Snap's
use my
tired of
divine
slapping.
sense just to see what I feel from it.
Snap
If
is
there's
tired of
anything.
slapping the
Link Divine Sense?
thing.
Divine sense.
Is my mic picking up?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So Snap is tired of slapping him. He's going to come out of the tree and just walk over there.
Oh
Pull
no.
him.
Okay. So, two things. Snap, roll a wisdom saving throw.
I was gonna say, if Snap is walking towards it, Artoria's gonna put her hand out like, "Ooh, Snap, don't! It's not fun." You'll.
Artoria,
figure this out.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Nelly.
You reach out with your mind and your senses, and you have experienced what a celestial feels like, or a fiend, or undead, and what you sense so much cold, so much emptiness. It's like there is a void in front of you, and it is cold, ice cold, and you grab your head as it feels like your brain has frozen, and you scream. And you take 15 points of cold damage.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
And give me one moment on
We need to get out of
that
here.
roll real quick. Class is rogue. Okay, yeah. Saving throw is accurate.
You walk in and you turn, you hear Artoria scream in pain, falling to her knees and grabbing her head. But you turn and you reach towards the massive form of Roslyn and you watch as your finger falls off. And then your hand, your arm, and you start to panic watching your whole body starting to fall apart. You reach down with the arms that aren't there and you grab with fingers that can't possibly be there anymore, and you start to pull as your legs fall from your body. You pull and you drag and you cry out screaming, feeling your entire form failing to work, and suddenly you're out and you're back at the camp and everything is okay. And you look at your hands that are now shaking and your limbs that are shifting with such a terror. But you're okay.
He's going to kind of clutch at the bundle of holy symbols that are on his waist under his cloak. Not invoking any particular god, just kind of clutching at them a little bit.
Roslyn, you wake up screaming in terror.
And at that, Snap is going to actually slap him.
Thank you for that.
For the next month, Roslyn, every time you are in an enclosed space, you have you cannot help but scream in fear.
All right, noted. Are we back at the camp, or are we still by the tree?
You are all by the camp.
So, I appreciate you not leaving me there, my dear friend. And I'm gonna say that in Elvish to Snap.
You're lucky because I was considering it.
I'm sure I'm quite large. And I'm gonna turn my attention to Prue and check on her to see, for any wounds or anything.
She looks okay. She's pale. She's very pale. Kind of
Roslyn,
like
your
in shock.
arms and legs and entire body feel sore, like you were crushed. And Artoria, after that shock hit your mind, you realize that that area has been completely desecrated by something very unholy.
Oh. Yeah, Toria's just gonna have the holy symbol of her goddess in her hands as she's as she's sitting there.
So did that crazy guy said this was not Fiend, not the Abyss? He was
Apparently,
babbling.
it's not. This doesn't feel like anything from the abyss. That's just. I tried to reach out to the tree to see what it was, and it just wasn't. It was void and empty and more than anything cold. Just shit. We need to set up something around in case it stays like that. We need to warning. Nobody else just wanders into it.
We can make a sign.
We're out of it. It is no longer our problem.
I'm
Let
not
us
going to leave
rest
somebody
and
else to
move on.
stumble upon it.
People generally don't read signs. They could be very large, but they're mostly ignored. A lot of people can't read.
We'll just put a skull and crossbones on the sign. Just, it's at least something that'll scare it for a sight. You can use the rope of climbing to find the rain, to find where it hits, and just gives.
Snap is climbing back up into his tree and going back to sleep.
I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Lovely.
Ooh.
Oh, fun. Everybody gets a +3, or those that are sitting near me get a +3.
Isn't it
11.
within 10 feet?
Yeah, it's 10 feet, so whoever's just immediately next to me.
Yeah. Snap's probably not.
This
got
would be
it.
before you left to go to your tree.
Okay.
Alright.
Then 19?
We were probably all clumped up, yeah, so.
You all grab your ears as you hear the loudest shrieking wail you've ever heard in your lives coming from the area around the tree. It's howling and not words, just sounds strung together like language you can't even hope to understand spew out of it. And it cracks, and it breaks, and it fades. And then it's gone.
I don't think we should stay here.
Oh, yeah, let's.
Snap is
Artoria,
going to
you-
put a couple of bolts into that tree.
You no longer sense the desecration.
Well, that's good, I guess.
However, all of your ears are bleeding.
Yay! Blood coming out of the ear holes.
Didn't take any damage, luckily.
I'll
But
give a
you
quick
all have a
point of laying
serious
hands to
case
everyone.
of
Just to,
tendinitis.
yeah, I'll just walk around laying hands, point to everyone.
That helps.
Even just stop bleeding it. Nothing else.
How much time has passed approximately?
As you look up towards the sky, you're starting to notice that there are hints of daylight breaking the skyline, breaking the horizon.
Oh boy. Well, it appears to be morning. How about we just carry on?
Yes, we've got things to do and places to be that are anywhere but here.
Russell wants to give another look over to the forest and to the sky for any eyes.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Perception is +7. 15.
You scan the area, scan the skyline, but you see no more eyes. Artoria, as you're walking forward, getting ready to leave, you step on something that crunches beneath your boot.
That better not be an eye.
It's a piece of paper.
Oh. I guess I'll look at the piece of paper.
What languages do you speak?
Common, Celestial, and Draconic.
So parts of it you don't understand. On the corners of the page, there's scrawling in a language you don't understand, but in the center, there is Celestial. And there is Draconic. And it seems to be mixing the two together.
Weird. Okay. You'll
And it
read it.
says, keep this. I need it to get back. Keep this. I need it to get back. Keep this. I need it to save you.
Okay. She'll like roll it up and kind of.
As you fold it, you swear that all the script flows into one shape of an eye as you close the paper over itself.
Don't like that one. Had enough of eyes recently. Yeah. No longer certain if I want to keep it.
You fold it up, and where it was once blank, another ink starts to appear on the page. And right where you folded it, nice and neat,
Please
it
don't
says,
fold me.
from Riffin.
From. Ah. Son of a bitch. Artoria, with it still in hand, is gonna head back, just like back to the others. Just like, hey, I found a thing. Not gonna unwrap it just because it seems to like changing its words. At least first, just gonna show the from riffin on it, or and say what it says to anybody who can't read it. Just found it on the ground, just outside of our camp. Not near the tree, but just there.
Whoever's proficient in history or arcana can roll.
I have both.
Not
I
me.
have neither.
Then you get to roll with advantage, Prudence.
Okay.
Wait, I only heard one of them. What's the other one? I only
Arcana
heard
or
it.
history.
So.
Oh, I have it.
Do.
If you have both, you can roll with advantage.
It's the same
Damn
for
it.
both.
So I got 15 total.
Prudence, the name strikes a tone with you. You remember reading about magic users that pushed too deep, that went too far into the weave of magic, that tried to grapple forces and bend them to their will. And a lot of them were destroyed under their own hubris, thinking that they could command the arcane. Then you recall a sorcerer who the arcane controlled them. His name was Riffin the Wildmate, and he was a conduit for magic in its purest form.
So does like the tiefling weird eye like start like gears going?
As you're
like,
thinking about it, the eye is weird. You don't remember reading anything about a sapphire
Stone eye.
eyeball. But the red skin, the long coat. But it's weird. He vanished off the face of the planet nearly 50 years ago.
Huh.
Just was entertaining a court in Ministeel and vanished. In the middle of the king's court, gone. All that was left of him was a patch of scorched stone.
I think I know who this guy is. And she'll explain as best she can. Like, I think a lot of people thought he was dead.
Oh, great. So we've got some psycho who couldn't control his magic, now has something going on, and has decided to wrap us up in it.
I don't know, I don't get the feeling like it was his choice. Think, what did we do?
Well, obviously it had to have been. Logically, I have no idea, actually. So it's not really. Yeah, no, there's nothing. I want to say it'd have to have been something we did, because why would all of us been picked? I guess is a word.
Why don't we just keep going? See if anything extra weird is happening in Whitefall.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I want to kill something. I don't know about you guys.
So you gather up your stuff and you continue on your way to Whitefall.
Prudence is unusually quiet.
Isoba is usually quiet.
And I need a 5-minute break as well, because
Yes.
Mhm.
that was not fun on my voice.
What do you
Riffin is-
mean? The Riffin voice is easy peasy.
Not when you have to do it in panicked eldritch form.
I thought you said you weren't prepared for today.
Oh, I wasn't prepared in nuances. You don't think that I hadn't had this planned Or months. You were having this fucking encounter.
So this is why you didn't want me playing Riffin again.
I'm so glad that the cleric could be the first one down.
Yes.
I'm sorry, the cleric and what now?
I said I'm so glad the cleric could be the first one down. Don't worry, I swear I'll be useful eventually.
Just
I don't think there's a lot we could have done there. I'm gonna be real with you.
oh man,
Oh
That was-
boy.
that was fun. I'm gonna get some water so we can continue.
Alright, yeah, near me.
Welcome to the actual plot of the campaign.
Oh fuck.
You thought the abyss was the issue.
Oh fuck.
Wah, wah.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
I think Prudence has that like anxiety stomach ache. She's like,
Bye.
did I do something? What happened? And she feels bad because like she was the one that like asked Rustlin if she wanted to come, and suddenly he's in the midst of this like eldritch mess.
Hey, come join us.
I
It'll be
swear,
fun.
we're this.
First thing
this
that
isn't
happens is a
normal.
nightmare. Well, it's either this or finding a Medusa. Like they strange. That or finding a town that has like some weird metal demon thing. Oh, maybe it was that. But that was like
Like
abyssal
Prudence
and
is
stuff.
literally kind of just like, let's go to this place, let's kill this thing, let's go buy a boat, get the snake people, leave,
What the
leave
hell
the
are we doing
continent. Just do what we're doing. Because I mean, what possibly could they do currently, like, to
Right.
stop any of this? So.
And now the party recalls every single conversation they've had with every NPC in the game up to this point.
What did we do? Who did we piss off? What did we piss off?
You know, it's funny. I always intended this campaign to go this way, to move from demonic horror into a more cosmic scale. It
See, but
just
did
so
that only
happened-
happen because of the first thing Riffin ever did, though?
Oh, of course. He woke it up.
Ugh.
You don't get to remind the things that should not be that humanity exists and expect nothing to happen for it. But it's funny because I had always intended this to be the path of the campaign, to have these massive problems and then a bigger massive problem.
Just stacking up.
And it just so happened that recently one of my friends introduced me to the Magnus Archives.
I don't know what those are.
I know
Uh,
of them.
it's a podcast of a horror nature,
Ooh.
a very cosmic horror, on a very cosmic horror scale.
Ooh.
Sounds spooky.
So now I've absorbed all 160 episodes,
Oh god, oh fuck.
and I have so many ideas. And I'm so happy.
Haha. I'm in
Well, it's good
danger.
that you're happy.
We're in danger. Alright, I'll be right back, sorry.
To be fair, there are 160 episodes, but they're also like 25 minutes each, and I listen to them at work, and I work 9-hour shifts. So I grinded through a lot of them in a hurry.
holler at me when we're back up and running.
All of me hates that picture, Athy.
All of me hates that bitch. Jesus Christ. Okay, who's back?
I'm back.
I'm here.
Me.
Hello.
Payton is still muted. Probably playing Rainbow Six Siege.
Probably. Using Spotify to hide his misdoings. Payton!
Outside with his dog. Be in soon.
Alright, that's acceptable. Oh my god. That's not possible. That's not. I refuse to accept this is real.
What now?
Someone found a thing. Apparently, a security company decided to title one of their operations Big Data Security Management. Unfortunately, they used the acronym for that.
Someone wasn't
There's-
thinking.
There's a chart that says design BDSM, implement BDSM, operate BDSM, monitor BDSM, improve BDSM.
I mean, I'm
refuse to
always
accept-
trying to improve my BDSM.
Same. I need to show that to other people. That can't be real. I can't believe that's real. That's so good.
Are they like from a non-English speaking company and it was just
I
translated?
don't know.
But still, someone who did the translating should have been like, "Hey guys, by the way."
Hey, did anyone do even the briefest of Google searches? Oh my god.
Oh,
I
dear.
like that.
I
I like
love that.
I'm stealing that. I am stealing that so hard.
I want that to be fake, but I know for a fact
It's really not.
I know that someone just got that out of a new handbook they were handed and had to not laugh in the middle of an
You
orientation.
want to know the bad thing? I
What?
think that's IBM.
Probably. I know my friend who works in IT, in their handbook, it goes over how to properly ERP,
Nice.
which stands for something I don't remember, but he, like, was sitting there in a desk reading that for 20 minutes, trying not to laugh at his orientation.
Yeah.
So, about the United States Space Force logo. Anyone seen that yet?
Nope, but I want to now.
Hold on. I have a picture. I will link it.
Oh boy.
If the internet will let me.
So
Nice.
that's Star Trek.
That's the official logo of the United States Space Force.
Nice.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Do you want a Borg invasion? Because this is how we get a Borg invasion.
Let's
Back,
be honest.
sorry.
They've been watching us for a while and have decided we're too stupid.
Probably.
Aliens.
I mean,
The Borg.
Borg specifically. I
I
have no
mean,
idea
I'm
what
all
those are.
for Klingons.
Hey, Payton.
Yeah.
Payton.
Yeah.
Design BDSM, implement BDSM, operate BDSM, monitor
Big-
BDSM, improve
Big
BDSM.
data security management.
I need to find a way to bring that into our game.
Too bad I'm not playing one of my tieflings. I'd make it real easy for you.
God.
Next thing we know, we find a whole bunch of other tinkerers, and that's their like group name.
Just need a whole party of artificers.
So, we got everybody back.
Yep. Let us continue to the town. So after a
Actually, hold on. I'm starting to not feel so good, and my internet's really only half working now, so I might need to bow out for the rest of the night.
All right. I will get you to the town, and then we can talk about it if we want to continue.
See, I couldn't even hear any of that.
All right. Type. So you all pick your self and your stuff up after one might say a unrestful night camping, and begin the few hours
It was
long
fine for
trek.
It was fine for Isoba because Isoba don't sleep. I do just like to keep making that joke. I'm sorry.
You all continue the few hours long journey, finally coming to the town of Whitfall.
Look
And
around for red
as you-
tieflings and scary looking and dead trees.
As you approach, you can see that the outer wall, the small little partition gate that they have, has been damaged.
Is it frozen?
No,
Okay.
but it looks like it's been bashed in, or parts of it have been crushed.
Is there like anybody on the walls or around the gate or anything?
Yeah, they're not high gates, they're maybe 7 feet tall, sharpened wooden pikes
Mm-hmm.
that just kind of mark a gate. And you see the town extends over the river. It's built almost Venice-like, where a lot of the buildings float.
Ooh.
You know this river is wide, so it doesn't run very hard, so it's easy. So they've built over it.
But like, there's guards and stuff, right? It's not just abandoned from. Like,
No, there's
from
guards.
immediate-
There's
okay,
guards,
okay.
and there's several standing alongside the gate, and there's a couple people that are just kind of staring at it as they begin to like try to rebuild. Some of them are. A couple people are like digging out the posts, trying to pull them out and replace them.
Oh,
Okay.
Russell's gonna walk on up to them, in his usual cheery demeanor, because at least we're not in that evil, spooky tree area. And we'll just sort of be like, "Hello, friends. Looks like you've seen quite a bit of damage here. Are you folks all right? Do you need any assistance?"
As the guards turn, you notice they are the same guards that you've seen in Dimladar. Unlike the more diverse human elven guards you saw in Evandar, these are almost entirely dwarves, wearing that same iron armor with the bronze or brass strip going from the left shoulder to the right hip. Two of them turn to look at you, and they steady themselves on their spears. They look at each other and then look at all of you. Aye, what are you doing in Whitefall?
Isoba pulls out his card.
One of them looks to the other one, and he kind of waves a hand, and he goes, "Bring that here, boy." You see he's an older dwarf, getting gray in the beard. Kind of starts to walk forward to meet you halfway. Takes it, he looks at it, turns it over. A genuine article. Guess you're here for a problem.
We kind of figured you'd know what that problem is.
Just from this gate alone.
About, it's hard to say. Some giant worm thing. But like wood and stone crawling out of the ground. Look, came out from over there, and he turns and he points a spear, and you see a big hole in the ground kind of collapsed in on itself now.
Ah.
Rustlin doesn't like where this is going.
Just burst out of the ground. Started smashing at the wall. A couple of guards ran over, stationed here, tossed about. The rest of us started coming when we heard the cries and the bells. As soon as we started gathering in force, ran back in its hole, vanished underground. Strange damn thing, though. It was making this horrid racket. Just wailing and screaming like wood being rubbed together. But there was something else, something laughing. Could hear it on the wind. I don't know, I don't like it. Oh, the shite up north spreading this far south. I don't like it.
You mentioned something from up north. Could you tell us a bit more about it?
Damn. Well, they've been moving all the armies up north, saying something about an invasion. Something like the north is gone. Don't get a lot of news south of Dimladar. Russell, you see the rest of your party seems far more keen on understanding what he's talking about than you are.
Well,
Russell's your kind of like blank face, like look between the dwarves, look between the party, look between the dwarves, look between the party.
there was a lot of undead, and then mushrooms. It's kind of a whole thing. Just kind of waves her hands a bit.
And dead in the north?
Yes.
Alrighty then.
Remind me, did it seem like... I remember when we were searching this one town, did it seem like somebody was taken? Like some people were taken? Because like a lot of people just vanished.
Yeah.
This was months ago, so I'm kind of fuzzy on the details about that whole...
It was
there being undead and then us finding like signs of people just disappearing or being taken.
Yeah, you found a lot of evidence that people just kind of vanished where they were.
The north's a mess right now.
The guard looks between all of you. Well, come on in. If you're hunters, perhaps you'll be able to help us with this. If you need lodging, stuff down, make your preparations. There's a opposite side of town, a place called the Waters Fall. Good view of the little waterfall we have here.
How big was that hole?
If you go over to inspect it,
She'll get not like right up to the edge right away. Just kind of like slowly approach, take a look at, take a couple more steps forward.
just by the size, but it's about a 8-ish foot diameter hole.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation.
You now down and there's like twigs in the dirt. Like around the perimeter of the hole. There's like twigs and pieces of stone. Don't look like they should be there.
Also, why can I not roll this well when I'm fighting things?
Because you are an artificer and therefore are out of combat utility.
Did it only come up that one time?
Oh no, we've had. This is the first time it's attacked the outer gate to this road. 2 more attacks. We ain't so keen to investigate those as thoroughly and as deeply. Come from the forest on the other side of town.
Daytime, nighttime, don't matter?
Oh, nighttime. Beast only comes out at night.
How much time is it until nighttime? Like, how long did it take to get
It's
here?
about maybe 11 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Maybe we should try to get some actual sleep before we try to fight a big thing. Gotta eyes everybody else. God knows she didn't get much sleep, if at all, last night.
Roslinger kind of shrug. I'm kind of used to not sleeping much at night.
Bit of a concerning look, but okay.
Well, I need my beauty rest.
Fair point. My apologies.
What say everyone else? Nap time?
Yeah, Snap is just remaining hidden right now.
I'm not particularly tired, but I definitely understand why that you need to. I'm not against it.
DM, does Rustin still feel jacked up?
You're a little sore.
Okay.
But Nothing physically wrong with you. You still have that overwhelming desire to not be in deeply enclosed spaces, however.
Are you? Oh, wait a second. How big are the houses here?
Are you asking the guard?
Sure.
It kind of gives you a curious look. I mean, inn's got big rooms, small rooms, whatever you need, lad. What are you, anyway? Never seen you.
Oh, right. Not too many of us out here.
Try
I'm-
none.
fair, very fair. I'm a furbolg, my dwarven friend.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Well, come on your way, on your way. Got the gate to fix. Walks back to the gate and they open up the moving part of it. A lot of grumbling in Dwarvish as you pass.
I want to know if they talk any shit about us. I speak Dwarvish.
The most you get that's actual language is bitching more about the fact that they have to replace the posts in the gate.
Replace the what?
Replace the posts of the wall and the gate. Not so much about you guys.
That's what I fucking thought.
You do hear the phrase "weird cow person."
Ooh. Ooh. You gonna take that?
I mean, I don't speak dwarvish, so I got no clue.
Oh, alright, fair enough. Yeah. Is that what full bugs are?
But you find your way into the bridged town of Whitefall, and because there's so many internet issues tonight, including my own, I think we're going to call it there.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Just so we don't go into combat with potential disconnects.
Oh,
fair.
spoilers.
You're here to murder something. I assume at
A fair
some
point.
point you will fight it. You have no bards. I do not see you going any other route.
You don't know my Kenku.
Kinku. That was rough. I'm
Can't
sorry.
shame me.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to go right to bed, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, good night, Ben.
I've been sleeping well lately, so maybe a good night's rest will do me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The internet problems I have no good fix for, unfortunately.
Mm.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
So many times.
Woohoo.
I'm worried I'm going to burn out the power button at this point.
Oh no.
It's just like I don't have a modem in my apartment, or
Mhm.
it's like I'm running like a a network bridge from like another part of the building.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, there's your problem right there.
Yeah, but it's free though.
Spend the $20 a month, get better internet.
$20 a month, dude. I live in Massachusetts. It's at least 50 to 60.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, whew.
And we don't even get good internet here either. They're like, hey,
Oh.
pay all this money and you get none.
Yeah, fucking price of living in Mass sucks.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Western
moving
Mass
to
is a little better.
Texas.
Western Mass is a little better. Not much.
Yeah, but then you're in Western Mass.
But then you're in Western Mass. Yeah, if you're out in your Worcester, you're just fucked.
Here there be dragons.
Yeah, seriously. If anywhere on the Earth dragons are hiding, it's somewhere in Western Mass. Like,
just like somewhere in Orange or Ethel or whatever.
There be monsters here, laddie.
Don't even think about going to Greenfield.
like you're driving west and through Massachusetts, and then you just like stumble upon like horse-drawn carriages, and like you'll see a witcher or some shit, and then like, and then you cross over the state border into whatever's fucking west of us, New York or like
It's
shit.
it's upstate New York as well.
It's upstate New York.
And then you're immediately back in civilization once you're there. Or actually, I have no
No,
idea what
you're
New
not.
York is. Okay, yeah, no,
you're
it's
not.
in the
It
fucking mountains.
all right, cool. So then, yeah, you hit mountains. That's where the dragons are.
You hit the fucking Adirondacks. You guys are fucking predicted in a campaign. We're gonna be fighting the Eldritch Abomination. You see, you guys just look around. Are we just in Western Massachusetts?
There's actually, I want to run a World of Darkness campaign set in Massachusetts.
Ooh.
God.
Yeah, there's a
What's
lot
World
of
of Darkness?
It's like Vampires the Masquerade, and then there's like it's a role playing
It's a
system.
whole thing.
Okay,
It's a whole thing.
gotcha.
Specifically, I would want to do vampires in Massachusetts because, based on the lore in Massachusetts, I don't know who knows vampires lore, but Massachusetts is run by fucking Malkavians. And they think they are Arturian legendary artifact hunters.
Oh, Jesus
Ooh.
Christ. Well,
Yep.
good night, stream.
Good night.
Good night.